tell me, with that being said, was jiu-jitsu one of the things that you found that helped you with that? Or what's your jiu-jitsu story? Because a lot of people probably don't know this. I mean, the people that know you from around here and that are in reps and things like that know you have a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah.
But when did you start doing jiu-jitsu?
So I actually had a background when I was a youngster of doing judo.
Okay.
So I got my Transvaal schools colors doing judo. My mom's side of the family, my uncle, his name was Johnny Zurcher. He was one of the best judo coaches and trainers in that day. And my godfather was Dougie Baggett. So anyone who knows Dougie Baggett, he was one of him and the what is the family? I'm trying to think now. Stevenson families. They were like the two iconic judoka families in South Africa. So, I had a background in judo. And I've always liked the physical stuff. And then boxing, I used to often after rugby training go and box at the Boyson's boxing gym as an extra layer of fitness. Brian Mitchell is a very close friend of mine, so we used to spar together and beat each other up quite badly.
After rugby training,
yeah.
Nonetheless.
And then, I've liked the contact stuff. And then I came to Cape Town and inquired about, I want to do this jiu-jitsu. And a mate of mine, Andre Fabing, said to me, "Do, why don't you go to Rico Hutting? He's one of the best in Cape Town." And I still remember phoning him and calling him Oom.
Because like 12 years younger than you or something. Yeah.
We still laugh about it today.
How old was he back then? He was probably also like in his 20s.
So, I've been in Cape Town now 11 years, been 51. So, go do the maths.
Okay, okay.
And I'm calling him Oom.
He wasn't even 30, but probably. Yeah. That's funny.
And I joined the gym, and it was very humbling for me. Like I said, I had a green belt in judo. I boxed. I was comfortable in the boxing ring. So now I arrive at the first session there with my starched white gi on, with my white belt. It hasn't even been folded once. And I'm looking, I'm saying, "Geez, James, what are you doing here?"
Yeah.
There's like more senior belts. These kids are younger than you. And so it was very humbling. And then the minute I started rolling on the mat, I'll never forget that first night. I tapped out like 7 times. I thought, goodness gracious, what the hell is going on? Yeah. And since then, it's just been an absolute journey and a learning experience to show how easily you can be humbled when you put yourself in someone else's feet or in their environments, or you even get an understanding of someone. And I think you and I spoke about it earlier. Is sometimes take time to find out about other people. And then I tried to go do 1 or 2 tournaments, and I was just abused by the people.
Really? Yeah. As a white belt or
no, blue.
Blue. Yeah, that's when it starts to get really serious.
Yeah, and the people were nasty. I mean, I was almost in the stage of tears. Dalton, what are you doing? Yeah, it's not a rugby field.
No.
And it was cuck. Because they didn't know what it took for me to go there. But okay, be that as it may, that's more on their side. So, that put the living fear of me going to compete. But, my goal, rather, not my game, my goal is I'd like to get my black belt. Currently I'm probably the oldest in the gym.
No, I don't think so. I think there's no, you won't be. I don't want to say it on camera because I don't know, maybe they're not, but there's a couple, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean, there's a lady that I follow on Instagram that started, she just also, I think, got her purple belt. She calls herself the Jiu-Jitsu grandma. She's 67.
Oh, wow.
She started at 60, stand under correction, like 61.
Okay.
There's another video I saw of a guy that he started in his 70s.
Sure.
Shame. I mean, the guy can barely walk now. I mean, he's old. He's in his 80s.
Oh, bless him, man.
Got his black belt in his 80s.
Boy.
You played against Tana Umanga, right?
That's right.
He's got his black belt.
Oh,
I don't know if you know. Yeah, did you see? I don't know if you've seen.
No. Let's go look him up on Instagram.
Scary looking dude. That
he was always an intimidating player.
Watching him do the haka, there's no one that I've ever seen again do the haka like him.
Yeah.
When he's like ripping over his chest. But I imagine standing across the mat, and then there you've got, you know what it's like to stand across in a field from him, but Tana Umanga, that guy was a complete beast. But yeah, also got his black belt now. A lot of people are starting to get into it. You know, it's a good lifestyle. I think jiu-jitsu.
I think so. Anything where that involves sport and discipline and learning, where you're learning cultural stuff, you're learning that hey, this is not your space. You come here, things are done differently. It's got nothing to do with race, culture, anything.
Your money, your job, nothing.
Yes, it's got to do with traditions that have come like 1,000 years. You know, someone still told me this. I don't know if it's but you know, there's a English Cockney rhyming slang, and they call it a pork pie, which is a lie. So I don't know if it was a lie to me when they said. I once asked somebody. I said, "Explain to me the colors. Where did they come with the colors of the belts?"
Yeah,
and they pretty much said, "Well, when the sport started, like centuries ago, is you were never allowed to wash your belt." So obviously, the darker, the dirtier the belt showed how long you had been doing the sport for. So hence, from white, you get your ultimate in your black. Quite interesting.
Interesting. I don't know.
But I don't know.
I don't know about that. I'll be honest with you, because so Roberto that started Rio Grappling Club, Roberto Tala.
That's right.
He's also he's also been on the podcast actually, and he was explaining, and another guy that I know that's a judo black belt and a jiu-jitsu brown belt was explaining to me. They just had white and black, basically. So if you were a beginner, you wore white. And then if you were advanced advanced, basically, you wore black. So there was no belts in between. But then when they took the sport to Europe, apparently the Europeans used to complain that there was no steps in between. And then apparently that's when they brought the belts into it. So then they had the little steps in between. But I like your story better.
My story is much better.
Mine's cool. Mine's way more boring. So... Hey.
Bloody colonialists.
They don't. But are you still training in jiu-jitsu?
I do. Not as actively as I should. I concede that. You know, you'll go through, you know, it's just sometimes work-wise and you're not in the right headspace, and then you get momentum and you pick up the flu. I was struggled quite a bit with recent shoulder surgery. And then I have to say this because I have to just say it. I fell and dislocated my left shoulder after I had a tendon replacement in the shoulder. The tendons had shriveled up so badly they weren't able to be reattached.
Wow.
So I had to get a donor Achilles tendon put in the shoulder. So that healed beautifully about 3 years ago or so, 4 years ago. And to the year, I went out and I think I had too many whiskeys and not paying attention, and I fell. And I popped my shoulder out.
From a fall?
But listen to this. When I do something, I do it properly.
Sounds like it.
So you got in the back of your neck, you've got your nerve radial, like nerve plexus, nerve hub. It's like your gearbox. And I pinched my auxiliary and my radial nerve. So pretty much picture a carpet that you put a couch on. And when you remove the couch, the carpet's compressed.
Yes,
So I had compressed those two nerves. My arm was lame. When I'd fallen and I tried to get up, I've collapsed again. I had to lift my arm up.
Oh, wow.
It took a year to recover. So it's been a hard journey, you know, in trying to just get that momentum back. But like I say, my goal is my black belt. And then I want to go and do some competitions again. No, it's not about thinking I'm going to go there and be the Springbok on the mat. But I'd like to do it because I know when I'm old and shriveled and whatever, and
You're going to regret not doing
I'm
it.
going to, absolutely. And I know myself. I'll be like that.
But also, you know what? I think it's changed since that time anyway. I mean, I think like now people, I mean, the competitions that I've done as well recently, like at now, it's not, I mean, okay, I never didn't play for the Springboks and have a recognizable face or anything like that. But from what I've seen now, it's completely different. I mean, there's so many, Jiu-Jitsu semi-gone mainstream already now. So there's a lot more encouragement for people to want to do stuff. There's a lot less of that, you know, what you were talking about earlier as well. So yeah, definitely. Yes. And also, I mean, regardless of what age you are, there's categories for every I
saw now a competition coming up with the various categories.
Oh, that's where the guys were joking about being masters. I'm masters 1.
Okay.
I'm like a couple of years above 30 and I'm already in the masters division. So that one goes every 5 years.
Soon at the dojos, you're going to be having parking bays allocated closest to the door.
People are going to start calling me Worm now as well.
Well, I don't.
Oh, they already do, actually.
Yeah.
Some of the younger members. No, but that's good. I think you should. I mean, it's something that it's a lifelong skill that you have. It's not something that's,
sure,
you know, you can do it for the rest of your life.
And again, you know, it's like, you know, it's not an arrogant thing, but, you know, if you can inspire other people to say, shucks, you know, look at James Dalton. He's not embarrassed to do it. You know, maybe it opens up another avenue for the sport or for people just to come out and say, you know, let me try it. But, you know, another one of my passions, and, you know, we were speaking earlier about, you know, what my involvement business-wise is. And my passion at school is eliminating the stigma of bullying at schools. To try and create like some sort of a superhero, and I know Rico does very well with his bully stop.
Yeah.
Is to go and, you know, do talks at schools around the impacts of bullying in society and what that looks like and what a bully looks like and what is bullying actually. You know, people always just think bullying is physical. You know, it's mental, it's
social media now.
It's humiliation on various social media platforms, as you said. So that's one of my passions, and then hopefully, you know, I'm trying to speak to the SA Rugby guys. You know, they've got their little Boki, that's their superhero. And I want to maybe zhuzh him up a bit and put a cape on him, maybe a belt on him, and, you know, call him Boki proof.
Pop a gear on him as well.
Yeah, you know, and go and make a difference, you know.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.